Welcome to Profiletraders. This is Reza and you're listening to my market analysis for Monday the 16th. In the previous report, I talked about this week being the week of FOMC, and obviously when you have an FOMC meeting of such an importance, where you have such a strengthening dollar and some talks by some Federal Reserve bankers of hiking the rates, everybody wants to know what's the general consensus of the wording when they come out with their decision after their meeting is over. And this should be expected to be an extremely important Federal Reserve meeting. If there is any hints in regard of rates going up, we shall see tremendous pressure on the market. If on the other hand they pave the green light for the near future not to be preoccupied by rate concerns, then market has room, I guess, to explode some more. But in order to clear any level of resistance, we need to push above 2080. 2080 is an extreme important level. Past 2080, there is absolutely nothing before 2100. If, on the other hand, we start to get tired up here and cannot pierce through 2080, just be aware that we are at very important resistance. For the downside, anything to happen, we need to exit below 2062.5. If we do that, most likely first target will be 2056 and then the next target will be 2050 half. Now let's look at what's going on with crude. So this morning on the drop, I was longing here with the 43.80 target, and I had a 42.90 stop, and I got stopped very much so at the very low of the day, and the reversal took place a little bit later after they cleaned very briefly below 43 and then they took it immediately back up. So now as long as we remain above 43 to the low here is our support. And if we can push back and go above 44, then the next target will be 44.3 and then 44.6 and then 45.20, the POC up there. Right now you should expect this extreme volatility to continue going into the end of the month, where we should hear about these negotiations going on with Iran. So there is a lot of political motivation behind this gyration of price of oil, of who we want to pressure, who we don't want to pressure. So it's extremely complicated. I think at this stage of the game, price has totally detached itself from the equation of supply and demand and is acting purely on who has enough money to come and pressure it for whatever reason, and then it finds at sometimes pockets of support that it becomes so cheap that longer term buyer comes in, like it did in this morning 43, and picks it up. But it has hard time to gain attraction on the upside because it's under pressure, no doubt. So let's see. I mean, I really don't know for sure what to expect from here. I don't know if this is it, it's cheap enough that we're gonna find a bottom, or are they gonna really make the oil producers in the Middle East vomit blood by bringing it below 40? I do not know. All I know is that this is my support. If by tomorrow morning we come in and the support is holding potential of a bounce to the upside. If we break that level tonight, we shall see if it's going to be a fake break, because it's so oversold. Let's not forget that now we have a drop of 9 points from the last time that it was at 52 and change. 9 points down 9 points down in a matter of days. So how much more will it go? I guess the lowest we get around these levels, and since this is a real commodity, at some point it's gonna stop, because it's not paper, it's oil. You can't bring oil down at $5 a barrel. I mean, you can do anything you want, but I suspect that not. As for gold, it is just sitting here now. What used to be 1250 support, it is now 1150 support. But as you can see, people are just exhausted from it, tired of it, tired. Because it's not doing what it's supposed to do, which is have a little bit of attraction on the back of all that is going on around the world, and all this printing and all this wasteful spending, etc., etc., and there is just no response. So we are now in a stage of extreme consolidation, rotation, chaos, back and forth, ugly looking profiles, etc., etc., etc. Top of the bracket is 65, bottom of the bracket is 45. And when it's in such a elongated bracket, until we do not exit from one of these two extremes, the best bet is to sell off of the selling zone up there and to buy off of the buy support zone down there. Of course, every time protecting the position tight with stops. Do not be exposed to extreme gyrations, and let price to rotate back to the other extreme of this bracket. So that's it for today. This was Reza with Profiletraders. If you wish to join my trading community, you can become a 1-year member, get all the courses, and 1 year to the trading room, $550, and it's money back guaranteed. Thank you for listening. Talk to you tomorrow.